Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is just going wonderful. I'm so glad you're joining me once more for another 5 easy step card tutorial. We're making, I would call these masculine cards, but not necessarily, but they are definitely can pass as masculine. We're using some Spellbinders Club kits. We're going to make 2 cards today. This is the Spellbinders Clear Stamp and Die of the Month Club kit. There's 4 dies in here that will cut out both the images and then the greetings. So each of these will be our focal point for our card today. I'm also bringing in an embossing folder. This is the Embossing Folder of the Month Club kit for August, and it's called Coral Impression. I think for the card design today, any embossing folder that you have would work. I would even think geometric designs would work perfectly for this, or wood grain would work great. So you can mix and match your embossing folders. So let's jump in with our first card, and we will start with our step number 1, which is our focal point. Let's do some stamping, and you know, I'm doing some simple stamping. Paper boats to me are white. So let's bring in my stamping positioner, and we're going to go ahead and stamp our boat with white cardstock. And I'm going to use my Memento ink. We'll just go over this. Give that a good press. Lovely. I love how hand-drawn and sketched this looks. We're going to doctor this up a bit with some Copic markers, so I'm going to zoom in. The colors of markers that we're going to use to color in that boat are very subtle. I have 4 of them. I have R46, and this, all we're going to do is color in the flags here with my BG70, which is a very, very pale, I would call it, well, it's called Ocean Mist. So I'm going to color in this flag portion here. Okay, and then I have my W5, which is a warm gray. I'm going to go over the highlighted areas on here just to darken them up a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to add my W2 marker and do a little extra shading. W2 is pretty light. And that's all I'm doing for my boat. So I'm going to take the coordinating die and I will cut this out. And then I love that these little inside pieces pop out too. Okay, so that is my focal point. I'm going to flip this over. We're going to put some foam tape behind here. We'll just add a couple foam squares here. And that's good to go. I'm going to zoom back out and we're going to move along to step number 2 and create our home panel. I'm bringing in 2 die sets. I have the torn paper edges, and then I also have the woven lattice texture die. Okay, with the torn paper edges, you can do exactly that. You can tear your paper. You don't need a special die for this. This just makes it really easy. But you can actually tear your paper. And I'm going to tear mine at an angle like this and like this. Okay, and then with vellum, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to tear the vellum. Well, not really tear it. We're going to die cut the vellum a little bit wider, like so. So this one's going to be wider, and then when I go to do my, this is Neenah Desert Storm, my craft cardstock, I'm going to go a little bit more narrow, but I'm going to definitely go at an angle, like so. Okay, so vellum and craft with my torn paper edges, and again, you don't need a fancy die. Tear it with, sometimes just tearing paper is really nice. To tear it, you could even just use a ruler and start it off. Let me actually, maybe I should show you. I'll show you here. You could use a ruler as a guide and just kind of tear it like so. And you can achieve the same look. Okay, very easy to do. For me, this is just a little bit more uniform. Okay, and so that's that. Now, with my woven lattice texture, this is a pretty good sized rectangle. I'm going to die cut this out, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to shrink this into a square pattern. Okay, so I'll cut this out too. I'll do that, and I will be right back. So these are die cut. We're going to go ahead, I'm going to use my tape runner, and I'm going to add my craft cardstock right over my vellum. Okay, and then with this one, what I'm going to do is take my scissors, and I'm going to trim it here. Okay, and then I'm going to trim it on this side. You can actually keep that for another card project. And then all I'm going to do is take my glue. I'll run a thin bead here. So we have a little glue here. We take this piece and just line it up over on that edge. And you can't even tell that you shortened it unless you look really closely. But we just made more of a square shape instead of a rectangle. Okay, I'm going to take this. We're going to add some glue here. Okay, and then I'm going to take and I'm going to place this at an angle on my torn edge piece. And that is going to be my home panel. Okay, I'm going to put this aside with my focal point, and we're going to move along to step number 3 and create our sentiment. For my sentiment, we're going to bring in our stamp set, and we're going to stamp, let's see, how about sending joy on paper sales? I think that is adorable. And for my greeting, I'm going to use some red ink. I'm using my Pink Fresh Studio Candy Apple ink. We'll go ahead and stamp this. And I love that there is a coordinating banner die. And I will go ahead and cut this out. And that is my greeting. Now we're going to move along to step number 4, and we're going to create our background. For my background, this is where our embossing folder of the month club kit comes in. And I'm going to be using some Spellbinders Indigo cardstock, and we're going to a dark blue, and I am going to run this through my die cut machine. Isn't that so pretty? I'll be right back. Once this is ran through my die cut machine, I'm going to use my Memento ink. Any kind of dye based ink you have would work, and I'm going to go over the top of my embossing folder. I love the regalness of this. I think it looks very nice. Wonderful. Now I'm going to take this and I will place this on my card base. The nice thing about the dye-based ink is it dries really fast. Now that's our background. Now we're going to put everything together. We're going to take our home panel, and I'm going to add some adhesive behind here. And this is just going to go tack down on the front here. Before we add our greeting and our focal point, I'm going to move along to step number 5, and we're going to embellish this card. To embellish this card, I'm bringing in some twine. I'm using my Spellbinders hemp cord, and I just trimmed a small piece out. And what I'm going to do is kind of create a little cluster. And I wanted some kind of texture on my card to go behind my boat here. So I will take my boat. Now we're going to add our greeting. I put foam tape on the right side, and I'm just going to add a little glue here to the left, because this is going to overlap on our paper boat. And I'm going to add this. I'm bringing in my silver mix, and we're going to add just a few to the background. There's some like rhinestone color, and then there's some silver. I'm just going to use the silver here. Now we're almost done. This piece here I'm going to trim down just a little bit so you can see more of the embossing folder. So we're just going to make a faux torn edge, make it a little bit more, less in that corner. And I think that looks better. And that is card number 1. Okay, we're going to move along really quickly and create our second card project. Okay, so for my focal point, I went ahead and stamped and die cut out and colored in with those same Copic markers the inside of my paper boat in a bottle. The waves I actually colored in with my W2 marker and then used that same red marker for my boat. Okay, I put foam tape behind here, but before I put this to the side, I'm also going to bring in some more of that red twine, and I'm going to add it around my bottle, and I'll tie a bow with it. Okay, so that will be the texture on my card and my focal point. I did put foam tape. I'm going to add one more foam square here. Okay, I'm going to put this to the side, and now we're going to move along to our home panel. For my home panel today, I did the same thing with that one woven die, and this will be my home panel. We're actually going to layer this on our bottle. Okay, so that's going to be my home panel. For step 3, for my sentiment, I stamped it on red cardstock. I stamped the greeting that says "Let your story unfold" using the same clear stamp and die of the month club kit. And then I die cut it out with my banner. You'll notice that I die cut it out heavy on the right side, so I have a little bit more room over here on the left. I did that on purpose. And I also die cut out one more of the banners. Okay, so that's going to be my greeting. Now for my step 4, which is my background, I have, these are the leftover pieces that we used for our first card. Let me show you. Okay, so these are the leftover pieces. Okay, so we're going to put those to good use with the vellum. And then I also used the same die and cut out a torn edge on the same indigo cardstock. And then I also embossed a panel. This is a 3-inch tall panel by 5.5 inches. Okay, what we're going to do is layer this torn edge. We're going to make a landscape style card. So we're going to layer this here. Okay, and then I'm also going to layer the vellum. Okay, but we're going to kind of work it behind here, just so it kind of flows nicely. I didn't want that to go to waste, and I thought that looked really neat. And so we'll do this side too. Okay, and then I will angle this down. And then this, we're going to trim. And then with this one, we're going to trim. Okay, and then I'm going to take a piece of my craft cardstock. I'm going to trim it down, maybe to a 1.5 inch strip. Okay, and then I'm going to take this piece and adhere it to the front of my card base. My embossed background, I'm going to add some more adhesive behind here so it's not going anywhere. And then this is going to go right over that craft cardstock. And that will be my background. Looks like I need to trim a little bit off this side. Now I'm going to bring in my greeting. I'm going to add some glue behind here. And I always like to cover my seams. Okay, so we're going to add our greeting. And I think if I overhang it just a little bit over the seam, I think I could still get it in my envelope. But I want you to be able to see that banner. Okay, so that's one side, kind of hanging over a little bit. I'll do the same thing on this side. So our seam's covered, and I'm not worried about this because we have our bottle that's going to cover it. Now I'm going to take my woven piece. We're going to add some glue behind here. We'll just tack this right here, a little bit to the left. And then I'm going to take my boat in a bottle and I'm going to layer this over here. Now I'm going to layer it to cover up this little opening here. Okay, now we're going to move, now for step 5, which is embellishing. I'm bringing back those silver mixed gems, and we're just going to add some sparkle to this card as well. Okay, I'm almost done with this one. Since my boat is standing out, I'm going to bring in my glazing glue, and I'm going to add some glaze over my boat, just so it stands out a little bit. If you have glossy accents, you can use that. Glazing glue is just a little bit thinner, so it spreads out a lot easier, I think. But I think that's going to work out fabulous. I'm also going to do one more thing. So I'm going to bring in my splatter box. Okay, this is my lovely splatter box. And Spellbinders has some splatter effects. This is sparkle. There's some ball bearings in there, so you got to make sure it's mixed up really good. Once it's all mixed up, what you do is, you see the paintbrush on the top, all you do is do a little splattering. The sparkle is really subtle, and Spellbinders also has black. I'll show you the black in a minute. But this will just give us a little extra sparkle. In fact, I'm going to do the other one too. Let me see. I don't know if it'll pick it up or not. You can kind of see it, but it does add just the right amount of sparkle. I'm going to do the same thing to our first card. I'm going to close it back up, give it a good shake, and then we'll add some splatter effects here too. I think you guys are going to love the splatter effects. Okay. It shows up a little bit more on the embossing folder, which is nice. But it does dry really nice and sparkly. Okay, let me show you the black here too. This is called Raven, and it does the same thing. So if you want black sparkles, this is the way to go. You don't have to get a paintbrush out or anything because it's included with it. Okay, those are actually, Fun Stamper's Journey used to have these, and Spellbinders rebranded it, and I'm so glad they brought it back, which is fabulous stuff. So those are my cards for today in 5 easy steps. I think they make great masculine cards, but not necessarily. If you want to switch out the greeting and give it to a gent for their birthday, I think that'd be a really nice birthday card. But I thank you so much for joining me as always. Have a wonderful day, and I have more fun projects to share with you, so stay tuned for those. We'll see you soon, guys. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.